Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. In the Chinese historical drama Kangxi dynasty, there is a beloved princess, Lan Qi'er. She is the only daughter of Emperor Kangxi and consort Rong. Growing up surrounded by boundless affection. On her birthday, Emperor Kangxi even specially gifted her a little rabbit. A gesture that highlighted the deep bond between father and daughter. In fact, Lan Qi'er is not entirely fictional but is based on a real historical figure. Her historical prototype is Emperor Kangxi's second daughter, Princess Guluwen Rongxian. Her mother was consort Rong of the Manchu Majia clan. After reaching adulthood, Princess Guluwen Rongxian was married to Borjigit Ulgung, a noble of the Mongol Baron tribe in southern Mongolia. However, this marriage was not a smooth one, and she faced numerous hardships on the Mongolian grasslands. Eventually, she passed away at the age of 56, bringing her life to an end in the vast steppes. Time passed, and in 1972, archaeologists from the Cultural Relics Bureau of Zayawuda League, Inner Mongolia, discovered an ancient tomb at a significant site. This tomb was located in Shijiatsi village, Sumu, Bayernurden, Baron Right Banner, Chifeng City, Inner Mongolia. Nestled against the southern slope of Bayan Taobai Mountain. The tomb was of considerable scale, covering approximately 5,000 square meters. With a width of 45 meters from east to west and a length of 105 meters from north to south. The entire mausoleum was divided into two main sections, the sacrificial hall and the burial area. Above ground, there were key architectural structures such as the main gate, east and west side halls, a steel pavilion, a mausoleum hall, and an underground palace. After thorough investigation, archaeologists confirmed that this was the tomb of Emperor Kangxi's second daughter, Princess Guluwen Rongxian. Her title, Guluwen, reflects the special favors she received from Emperor Kangxi. According to Qing dynasty regulations, only princesses born to the empress could receive the prestigious title of Guluwen, while other princesses could only be granted the title of Heshua. This not only demonstrated Kangxi's deep affection for her but also symbolized the honor she carried for the imperial family. Princess Guluwen Rongxian was born in June 1673, during the height of Emperor Kangxi's reign. Her mother, consort Rong of the Majia clan, was highly favored by the emperor. As a royal princess, she enjoyed a privileged upbringing, never experiencing the brutal struggles for power within the imperial court. Unlike the princes, she did not have to fight for the throne. However, in China's feudal society, a princess's fate was often not her own to decide. She ultimately became a pawn in securing political alliances. In the 30th year of Kangxi's reign, at the young age of 19, Princess Guluwen Rongxian was betrothed to Ulgung, the Zaysak prince of Baron Right Banner in southern Mongolia. Leaving behind the luxurious palace life, she arrived on the vast grasslands. Although this political marriage was not of her choosing, she was fortunate that her husband, Ulgung, was a brave and highly respected general. The couple shared a relatively harmonious relationship, and the princess's life remained stable for some time. However, happiness was fleeting. In the 58th year of Kangxi's reign, Ulgung succumbed to illness in the military after years of exhaustion from constant warfare. The princess was unable to see him one last time before he passed. After her husband's death, she fell into deep sorrow and loneliness. Adding to her grief, her son, Linbu, frequently angered Emperor Kangxi due to his misconduct. These successive blows left her depressed, and eventually, she passed away at the age of 56 on the grasslands. After her death, Princess Guluwen Rongxian was buried alongside her husband, Ulgung, in the mausoleum at Bayan Taobai Mountain. For centuries, apart from their descendants, few had set foot in this place. The excavation of the tomb was an astonishing moment for everyone involved. Using specialized tools, archaeologists meticulously cleared the underground chamber of the mausoleum. At the center, they discovered a hidden chamber measuring 8 meters in length. 6 meters in width, and 4 meters in height, this was the primary burial chamber where Princess Guluan Rongxian's remains were placed. To everyone's surprise, despite the passage of centuries, the chamber was remarkably well sealed, and the coffin remained largely intact. When the lid of the coffin was slowly lifted, all the archaeologists were left in awe. Princess Guluan Rongxian's remains were astonishingly well preserved. Although dehydration had caused her body to appear somewhat shriveled, her skin still retained a slight elasticity, and her noble elegance remained evident. Even more remarkable was the state of her hair. It was meticulously arranged into 2 sections with 3 braids. And her jet black hair extended all the way down to her waist. Measurements revealed that Princess Guluan Rongxian was 156 centimeters tall, with her head facing south and her feet pointing north. She was dressed in an exceptionally rare dragon robe, a testament to her royal status. During the Qing dynasty, only the emperor was allowed to wear a 9-dragon robe, while even the crown prince could only wear a Mang robe. However, the dragon robe of Princess Guluan Rongxian was embroidered with 8 dragons, which highlights her noble status. In addition, she wore a golden phoenix crown on her head, exquisite gold bracelets on her wrists, and embroidered bright red satin boots on her feet. She was also surrounded by numerous precious jewels and ornaments. On the east and west sides of her tomb chamber, there were 2 urns containing the ashes of her husband, Wuergun, and her son, Linbu. However, these urns had suffered some damage. Furthermore, during further archaeological excavations of Princess Guluan Rongxian's tomb, it was discovered that her burial items were quite abundant and far exceeded a single luxurious garment. The princess was dressed in multiple layers of clothing, most of which had deteriorated due to age. However, 3 garments remained relatively well preserved. A dark yellow silk robe embroidered with millet-sized pearls and 8 circular dragon motifs. A dark yellow robe with 8 circular, Shixiang Feng, double happiness, patterns. A light green robe with bogu, antique patterns, motifs. There were more than 50 different types of buttons on these garments, including gold buttons, gold inlaid amber buttons, silver inlaid amber buttons, and gilded buttons, demonstrating exquisite craftsmanship. Among them, the dark yellow silk robe embroidered with millet-sized pearls and 8 circular dragon motifs was particularly refined. It featured 8 5-clawed dragons. 1 dragon was positioned on the chest, 1 on each shoulder, and another on the back. The central dragon held the character, longevity, in 1 claw, while the hem of the robe was decorated with wave patterns symbolizing mountains and seas, exuding a strong imperial aura. Additionally, the collar, cuffs, and sleeve joints were embroidered with coiled peach and millet pearl longevity patterns, while the lining was made of white floral patterned silk, showcasing meticulous craftsmanship. This dragon robe was likely a ceremonial robe, designated for sacrificial rituals, ceremonies, or festivals. The Qing dynasty had strict regulations regarding ceremonial attire. According to the draft history of Qing, Kangxi, the ceremonial robe of a Guluan princess was typically an incense-colored Mang robe embroidered with 9 dragons. However, although Princess Rongxian's dragon robe met the color requirements, it was embroidered with only 8 dragons, which is not explicitly documented in historical records. Nevertheless, the craftsmanship of this garment demonstrates the exceptional level of Qing dynasty textile artistry. The dark yellow, 8-circle Shixiang Feng water silk robe was similar to a modern overcoat in function, with a simple design, no front opening, and suitable for daily wear. Although it was considered casual attire, its patterns were highly intricate, featuring over 100 butterflies in varying colors, blue, white, yellow, brown, and more, creating a strong sense of depth. The hem of the robe was adorned with the mountain and sea wave pattern, echoing the overall design. Since this garment followed the early Qing dynasty style, where the upper and lower sections were seamlessly connected, It could technically be classified as ceremonial attire, though slightly inferior to a dragon robe. The light green, bogu-patterned silk robe was even more elegant and refined than the previous two. Its hem was decorated with 8 different styles of antique vases, each containing flowers such as peonies, plum blossoms, orchids, peonies, and chrysanthemums. Paired with a light green background, the design appeared both sophisticated and regal. The designer seemed concerned that the overall aesthetic might be too plain, so various artifacts, such as tripods, ritual vessels, and goblets, were added around the vases. Additionally, the robe featured numerous animal motifs and scholars' items, enriching the visual composition. Its level of craftsmanship was on par with that of a dragon robe. These exquisite garments not only showcased the advanced textile and embroidery techniques of the Qing dynasty, but also provided valuable insights into the clothing culture of that era. Regarding Princess Rongxian's phoenix crown and accessories, the Qing royal court emphasized the symbolism of dragons and phoenixes. Emperors wore dragon robes, while empresses wore phoenix crowns, symbolizing their prestigious status. Princess Rongxian's tomb yielded a magnificent phoenix crown, further affirming her noble rank. The phoenix crown was a ceremonial headdress worn by empresses and high-ranking consorts during investitures or court gatherings. For a princess to possess a phoenix crown underscores her extraordinary status. According to the draft history of Qing, the court headwear of princes and noble consorts was classified into multiple ranks. The highest-grade phoenix crowns were adorned with eastern pearls and rubies, with gold peacocks inlaid among them, further embellished with lapis lazuli and coral. Golden tassels draped down elegantly, creating an opulent appearance. Although historical records do not provide detailed descriptions of Princess Rongxian's phoenix crown, at least 5 similar ornaments were unearthed from her tomb. The excavated phoenix decorations featured 7 gemstone inlay slots. While some jewels were missing, the overall structure closely aligned with the characteristics of Qing dynasty phoenix crowns. In addition to the phoenix crown, the princess's tomb also yielded a vast collection of luxurious jewelry, with gold hairpins being the most representative. The gold hairpin, filigree cloud and fortune pattern, inlaid with cat's eye gemstone, features a delicately carved cloud motif using filigree craftsmanship, with a dazzling cat's eye gemstone set in the center. The overall design forms an exquisite rhombus shape, showcasing perfect symmetry. Unfortunately, one of the hairpins has lost its cat's eye gemstone, affecting its completeness. The gold filigree chrysanthemum hairpins, 2 pieces in total, each have a central pearl, with a triple-layered chrysanthemum design that is both intricate and elegant. The gold and pearl hairpins with kingfisher feather inlays, 3 pieces in total, feature a chrysanthemum motif, with kingfisher feather inlay adorning the petals, giving them a vibrant sheen. Pearls are embedded within, making the entire ornament shimmer brilliantly. The silver hairpins with fortune, prosperity, and longevity motifs and gemstones, 2 pieces in total, are crafted with great ingenuity, incorporating symbolic elements such as orchids, plum blossoms, the Chinese character for longevity, bats, and deer, each representing auspicious blessings. Plum blossoms and orchids serve as the base, with rubies embellishing the flower centers and pearls adorning the design, exuding an air of opulence. The gold hairpin with ruby and pearl inlays features a large pearl as its focal point, while the hairpin body is crafted using filigree techniques to create intricate floral patterns, achieving a look of grandeur without losing its dignified charm. From Princess Rongxian's clothing and accessories, it is evident that Qing dynasty artisans had mastered the use of pearls, floral, and avian motifs, with each piece embodying remarkable artistic value and cultural significance. In particular, the water motif dragon robe, which dates back to the Kangxi period, was exceptionally rare at the time. Despite enduring centuries of historical changes, it has remained remarkably well preserved, making it an absolute rarity. Its cultural value far surpasses its material worth. According to historians, due to its remote location, Princess Rongxian's tomb was never targeted by grave robbers, resulting in the exceptional preservation of its artifacts. In today's market, these relics would be valued at least hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more. The excavation of this tomb has significantly advanced archaeological research on the Qing dynasty. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone and see you in the next time.